Hello, hello. Oh man, this is gonna be rough. Got a frog in my throat. Whatever. We'll do it. We'll make it through. Welcome everybody. My name is Austin Hamilton, also known as the Porn Coach, PXRN Coach. Good to see y'all wherever you might be coming from. You know what I love is when people join a webinar and they're like, hello from New York, hello from Los Angeles, hello from Uzbekistan, wherever you're from. I love when people do that. Hello from St. Louis. Hello from Kansas City, the home of the not reigning Super Bowl champion Chiefs. But we're not here to talk about football. If you want to talk about how terrible that football game was, you're welcome to, but we're here to talk about porn. The question is always, hello from Louisiana. Oh, and it literally says April, Louisiana proud. Oh man, you're all over that whole hello from Louisiana thing, aren't you? Well, good to see April from Louisiana. Question is porn cheating? And what is on my face? Is porn cheating? Porn is harmful for younger teens. Hello from New Zealand. Oh, I can't stand it. Sets up unrealistic expectations and is addictive. Tell me more. Like and share, people. Would you mind liking and sharing? Look, let's smash the likes. 10,000 likes. Can we get there real quick? 10,000 likes. We're at 242. Share the live. We'll get this going. We'll get some guests on here. I posted my first video from when I went to my local university and created some conversation on campus about pornography, which is really fun. Go check that video out if you haven't yet. And there's more to come. Keyboard Warrior checking in. Hello, EJ, Fleek. Right on schedule. Have you come on and talked, EJ? I can't remember if I've actually talked to you. Yeah, we did. Okay. I'm sorry. It's very unfortunate. All right. Destiny Ramirez. Do you want to chat? Destiny Ramirez. For me, no. It's not cheating. It depends on if it's a rule or not. Depends on what your partner is comfortable with. If they have expressed they don't like it, then yes. It's not physically cheating, but enough for me to leave my fiance after 4 years. Anything you lie about is cheating. What do you think? I think if you're in a committed, monogamous relationship with another person and you've said something like, I love you, only you, mind, body, and soul, till death do us part. I think if you go against that commitment or agreement, whether it's with a person on a screen or otherwise, I think that's cheating. That's what I think. It used to bother me, but not anymore. I'm married 14 years. It used to bother me, but I gave up. That's what I hear. I gave up on trying to maintain a monogamous standard. I don't have a partner, but I think exactly the way you do. I get your point, so I agree. Then why steer people away from love? Well, porn kills love. Porn kills love. All right, who's going to share? Let's get a guest on here. Does it? Yes, it does. In my opinion, you don't have to agree with that. I didn't coin that phrase, though. The good people over at fightthenewdrug.org did. No, he watches his, I read mine. How do I help someone with this addiction? Ooh. Do they want to get help? You can't help someone who doesn't want to be helped or to get help. So does that person want to get help? Hello.
Hey,
Hi there. Is porn cheating?
I don't think it is.
You don't think it is? All right. Why is that?
I think that if it was considered cheating, then a lot of other things would be considered cheating too. Like, I think it's like a spectrum for most people on what they like. Some people even consider like talking to another person of the opposite sex to be cheating. So it's like it all depends on your like personal view of it, but I just don't think it is.
Okay. So where does cheating begin in your perspective?
I think you have to like I guess if somebody were to watch a corn video of like somebody they knew or like somebody they were like in real life talking to, like that would be different. But it's like the internet has some sort of like shield with it that makes it feel more okay because it's like it's a reality, you know, it's a fantasy.
Okay. So where does porn? I'm sorry. Where does cheating begin? Where's the line?
Like physical contact with somebody else.
Physical contact. Got it. So what if somebody in a relationship sent a text to somebody and said, "OMG, I want you so bad. Please come over. Here's a picture of my eggplant." And the person reciprocates with a picture, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, yes." Would that be cheating?
Yes, but not on the same level, but
Well,
yes,
hold
it would
on,
be.
hold on. You said
Yeah, you're
it's
right. I
physical.
contradicted myself.
You
Okay, then I
sure
guess
did.
no. I guess that would be cheating. Yes.
Okay. Well, let me ask you again then. Where's the line then? When does cheating become cheating?
I think when there's like a real person involved, like I was saying before, it kind of feels like a fantasy. Like it's not somebody you're actually talking to. Like it's
A
a
real
person on
person.
the internet
All
that
right.
you're never gonna meet.
Have you ever looked at porn?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you look at porn of real people?
Yes.
All right. Help me understand. Contradicting yourself again.
Um, because like you're not speaking to those people. Like you're an audience member, like watching a movie rather than having like a one-on-one conversation. Like if you were to like go on OnlyFans and like have a conversation with somebody, then maybe that would be a little
Got it.
different
Okay. So
than like
speaking
watching
for
that.
you is it's speaking then. So what if a
Hmm.
person was in a room with a glass divider and there were people having sex on the other side of the glass divider and they were just masturbating while watching those other people, but not speaking to them? Would that be cheating?
No.
No, it wouldn't. Okay. So it doesn't have to do with speaking then.
Well, there wasn't speaking in that scenario either, was there?
Oh, there wasn't speaking. Okay, yeah, yeah. Okay. All right. So would you be okay if your partner were to do that? Be in a room with a glass divider masturbating while watching strangers have sex?
I think it's a conversation that would need to be have like in every relationship. You should know if your partner's comfortable with you watching it, corn, or like in this weird hypothetical, like I'm sure I would want to know if he's going to some weird brothel house to watch something kinky like that.
Well, why would that be different than traditional pornography? Because it's the same thing. Just change out the piece of glass in the room for the piece of glass on the phone. It's it's materially the same thing.
But again, it has to do with like what you're comfortable with and like having a conversation with somebody to know what you consider to be cheating and what other people consider to be cheating. Like, I think most people wouldn't consider corn to be cheating. I think it's a small
Okay.
majority.
A small majority. Okay. So for you though, just to be clear, masturbating while watching strangers have sex through a pane of glass is not cheating.
No.
Got it. So then why? Why would, if you're in a relationship, why would you be permissive, we'll say, of your partner masturbating while watching strangers have sex through a pane of glass?
Well, in the hypothetical, it's like kind of like a weird pinky. Like I'm thinking of like a strip club or somewhere to go to watch something like that. But when you're talking about
Well,
corn,
that's a
it's
good
like
analogy. Would you say a strip club is cheating?
no.
No. Okay.
but with permission. Like I would want my partner to tell me if they were going to a strip club. I
Got
wouldn't
it.
want them to do it without telling me.
You would want them to tell you if they're going to be around other naked women twerking in front of them.
I just wouldn't want it to be like something sneaky.
Got it. All right. What when you're in a relationship, what's your commitment? Are you in a relationship? Sorry, I should ask that.
No.
Okay. Uh, if you were to be in a relationship, well, like what do you want the relationship to? Um, what do you want the agreements to be in the relationship?
As far as like this topic, like what cheating and what's
Like
acceptable.
faithfulness. Yeah, faithfulness.
Well, I think like generically most people have like an idea of what faithfulness is, what makes you specifically uncomfortable. I think you need to voice that rather than expecting the other person to just know, you know?
Okay.
Like I think it's completely okay. Like I've seen a lot of rise in this conversation about how it is considered cheating and like a lot of women don't want to date men that watch it, but I think it's just it's so normalized in our society that it's like it just feels weird to compare it in the same category as like a physical cheating or like a conversation or like it's just not something that I would consider to be um a lack or like a betrayal.
Got it. Okay. What would you prefer if you're in a relationship with a man? For him to masturbate while watching other women have sex or not to? What would you prefer?
Hmm. I guess not to.
Oh, why is that?
Like I guess I would prefer like if I was all they needed, but I just know that that's just not how most men are. Most men have pretty much an addiction to it at this point in their life. They start so young watching it. It's like it's just normal to them.
Well, if that's what you prefer, and sure, we live in a world, where bad things happen. Um, wouldn't you prefer for him to strive you or putting you first and having eyes only for you?
Of course, that would be ideal, but it's just not realistic for an expectation. Like I think
Ooh, hold on. It's not realistic for you to have an expectation that your partner only have eyes for you.
I think it's silly to say that like when you have a partner you no longer see the beauty and like are no longer attracted or like see other people in that light. So I think it's like it's not an act of betrayal to see somebody in that way.
That's not what we're talking about. Sure, there's beautiful people everywhere. It doesn't mean that you need to stop and masturbate to them.
I guess just what guys do,
Well, some guys do,
what
who
people
are
do.
some people do, but the question is, why not strive for better? Would is there a better that you can strive towards instead of being
Always.
permissive, like letting being okay with your partner stopping and masturbating when he sees a beautiful woman habitually? And yes, a lot of guys do it. I got that. I'm very clear. But is that what you want?
I think people have desires and they want to pleasure themselves. Like people don't always have as good of imagination as everybody else. So like if you're abstaining,
You're cutting out. You're cutting out.
in
I can't hear you. Is it just me? Or can
like
we not hear her? Chat, help me out. Is it me or her? It's her. It's her connection.
I think it's me.
It's you.
There we go. That's better.
Okay.
But yeah, it's about the fact that people have needs and people are allowed to pleasure themselves, and it's it's a difference between abstaining from being intimate to do that versus doing it when you're away from your partner.
Is it a need to masturbate while watching strangers have sex?
Well, it's become to that point where people are like people don't have that imagination to just to to get off, you know, like they're desensitized to certain things, so they need to like watch something to get that feeling.
They need to. Like if they don't, they might
Well, they
die.
don't. I just don't know any men that pleasure themselves without like when they're by themselves without corn or some other like form of stimulation. Like they're
What
not
kind of
just
men do you
sitting
hang out
there
with?
and not.
I know tons of them.
You just sit there and use your imagination and
Well, no.
go from there? Like,
Well, they try to have their partner be their intimate partner, and they
of
say, you
course,
know
but
what,
like I said, when
masturbating to this stranger is not going to help me grow intimacy with my partner. So instead, I'm going to not do that. They
but in
exist.
the times of separation, like you're away for 2 weeks and you want to pleasure yourself.
Self control, maybe. I mean, look, it seems like the concept for you of a man not just resorting to masturbation or to pornography and masturbation when they have a desire is like you're having a hard time grasping that. I got it.
I'm just
I would,
curious, like, do you believe that like it's wrong just while you're in a relationship, or are you just anti like corn in general? Like you don't think it's a good thing?
well, to answer that in a yes, no, good, bad, right, wrong is too easy. What I would say is if we look at pornography as objectifying another person, reducing another person or people down to just objects for our sexual pleasure, I think that can become problematic not only for the individual consuming it, but also for how they treat other people in other relationships. So for me, I again, it's like, is porn bad? Sure, we could say that. But I think the better question is if we view pornography as objectifying other people, how much objectification of other people for sexual pleasure do I want to have in my life? For me, I strive, notice I've used the word strive here a bunch, strive to not have any because I don't think it's honoring to my partner and it's not good for my brain. How you do one thing is how you do everything. If you're objectifying people for your sexual selfish pleasure in private, you're going to do that in public as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then it stands between you and creating actual intimacy with another real life human being, which is much harder to do, by the way. That's why so many men, like you've rightfully pointed out, all they know how to have sex is by masturbating while watching other people have sex on a screen.
Yeah, but like I don't know. I think that it's an unrealistic idea to think that people would be as forward thinking as you. Like I feel like you're a rare majority of men. Like it'd be nice if more men would strive to be that way, but I think
I agree. And
it's
here's the thing is it sounds like I'm not saying I'm right here, but you've lowered your bar. You're just giving in to what the men are giving you. You can participate in that as well of helping. I'm not going to say you have to go save men from this, but if you raise your bar up a little bit, they'll get the point.
I feel like a lot of people would be dishonest about it. Like if you were to tell somebody you weren't comfortable with it, they would like choose to just do it in private anyway. Like it's not something people can to shake so easily. Like I feel like it's an addiction for most people, and
Totally. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for sharing.
thanks for having me. Have a good one.
All right. Bye bye. I'm much more open about it. What's up, Deep? MILF Cookies 18. I hope he joins. Doesn't look like it's going to work. You there, MILF Cookies 18? Was MILF Cookies 1 through 17 taken? All right, come back if you want, man. Hello.
Hello.
Hi there. Is porn cheating?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Tell me more.
I have a lot of experience dating and or being married to men who have resorted to porn. And for example, my first husband, we met young. We were like 19. And he initiated the relationship saying like, I don't masturbate, I don't watch porn. And I was like, that's okay, that's great. I was shocked by it because I'm like, what man doesn't masturbate, right? But anyhow, I found out after 8 years of being with this man that he had a severe porn addiction to the point
Mm,
where he was going down into the basement every single morning of every single day and masturbating to porn. And it didn't come out until we went to this like church group and he like finally confessed it. And it was really shocking, but not that shocking because our intimate life was terrible
mm.
because of all the fantasy that he was filling his mind with.
Yeah. I'm sorry to hear that. Are you guys aren't married anymore?
No, no, we're not. Yeah, that was
What?
that ship sailed.
Yeah. What happened when you found out, and
Well,
what led to
that's
the end
not
of the
actually
marriage?
the reason I left. Not to go into like a lot of details, but someone with a severe porn addiction like that is obviously very lustful to other women and I believe inappropriate in nature. And he actually molested my best friend. That's
Mm,
the reason why I left. So I was able to work with him on the porn addiction. We were in therapy trying to work through it because he was trying to change. But yeah, once it came to like molesting my best friend, I'm like, yeah, no, that's not gonna work for me.
yeah,
But yeah,
that's.
the porn stuff was rough because we were together for 8 years and there were points in our relationship where it'd be 3, 6, 9 months without him even attempting to be intimate with me. It was like we were roommates. I could walk in front of this man wearing lingerie in front of the TV and he would be like, watch out, you're blocking the show because he was so tied up into this fantasy world every morning in the basement, he had no sexual desire for me, and it was
Mm,
terrible. It
hmm.
made me really question like my beauty and my worth, through that.
Yeah, totally. Excuse me. It's late. Um, have you been married since then?
Yes, I did remarry, and that also ended in divorce, not related to porn, but other addictions. And he also had, used porn quite a bit, and our sex life struggled because of it.
Hmm. Um, how many times has that happened to you?
What do you mean?
Like, been in a relationship and found out that they have a hidden porn addiction?
Um, Outside of my marriages, there's probably only been like one or two other men that I've dated that have had what I feel an unhealthy relationship with lust and desire for other women.
Hmm.
Whereas a lot of other men I've dated have raised the bar and they would save themselves for me. Like, hey, we're going to be apart for 2 weeks, but I want you to know, like, I'm not even going to masturbate because I just want that intimacy with you. And I used to watch porn, but I don't watch it anymore. Like, there are grown ass men, excuse my language, out there. And so it makes me really sad to see women settling for men who are just lustful and they want immediate satisfaction.
Hmm.
I find it
Yes.
really disgusting.
Yeah. Have you been married just twice, or are you married again?
Twice, yeah.
Okay.
Currently single.
Okay. Do you have kids?
I have a daughter.
Okay. What would you say to somebody like that previous person who, doesn't have hope that anything can be different? Because you've gone through a lot.
Oh, absolutely. So, I mean, I think that you need to define your boundaries. I feel like someone in that scenario may also be open to watching porn themselves if they're so cool with their partner doing it. And everyone has their own preference, right? So, there are definitely relationships out there that hey, let's watch porn together. And that's not my cup of tea, but more power to them if they want to live that way. I don't think
Hmm.
it's going to lead to a fulfilling life, but so be it. But I would say people who want to be with somebody who they don't want them watching porn, you just need to set that boundary. And if that's not something that they can respect, you exit stage left. Like there's no reason to sit there and wonder about your partner watching porn if that's not something you're comfortable with. You define those boundaries, and if they don't match those boundaries, you ask them to change, and if they cannot change, you leave. It's very simple.
It's very simple and easier said than done. But but
I mean, I
yes.
just went through it myself literally a week ago. I had boundaries that weren't being respected, kind of along these lines, but instead of porn, it was my boyfriend talking to other women that he met on a dating app before me. So having like those female connections where, it's not like a long-standing relationship. Oh, we went to high school together or whatnot. These are women he met, swiped right on, dated, maybe wasn't intimate with, but like still carried on DMs, loving their photos and like checking in regularly. And I had to learn within myself. I'm like, okay, this is making me really uncomfortable.
This is
And I
while you
don't
were
feel
dating
like
him?
I'm the, yes, yeah.
Oh.
And so I spoke up about my boundaries like, hey, I don't love that you're talking to other women that you met on dating apps. And even though the conversations are platonic, to me, you're still leaving that door open, right? There's a gray area. And I'm not going to be that girl that is going to be like a back burner girl.
Hmm.
So I had to define my boundaries. He couldn't match my boundaries. I removed myself. And the peace that I have experienced in the last week removing myself out of a toxic situation is unmatched. And so, I guess to all the women out there who any boundary, right, is being disrespected, define it. If they can't fall in line, you fall out. Like, there's no reason to keep trying because it's
Yeah.
disrespect.
Well, good for you.
Thank
Good for
you.
you setting those boundaries and sticking to them. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for sharing.
Thanks. I appreciate you.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye.
Nephew, what do you mean by that? How many followers to request? You don't have to have any amount. Um, where's what's his name? I saw you in the queue. My keyboard warrior. Where are you at? You were just in the queue and now you're gone. EFG, whatever your name is. Oh, you wanted her to stay? Hey there, what's going on?
Good
Oh wait.
evening.
Good evening. Is porn cheating?
No,
No. Okay. Tell me more.
it's like it's out there. It's on the internet. It's like if you want to get off, you can get off. It's not cheating. How's it cheating?
Have we
How
talked
are you
before?
cheating?
Have we
If you're
talked before?
jerking off and you're getting off, if you're
Have,
jerking off and
Carl,
getting
hey,
off,
have we talked before?
yeah,
Yeah. Okay. As I recall, it didn't go very well. Um, what's up, Bus? Who's Bus? Um, all right. So, say it again. Why do you think it's not cheating?
because it's just getting off.
It's just
How's
gonna.
it
All right.
cheating?
Do you watch porn?
Yeah.
How often?
Maybe once a day.
Once a day? Okay. Why do you do that?
Because it helps me get off.
It helps you get off. Okay. All right. I think I remember talking to you before, and I'm just going to go ahead and disconnect you because I'm pretty sure that it would be a long, drawn out, painful conversation. Given the noise I heard in the background, we'll just say that. Bus, what's up, man? Good to see you. I didn't know you had a new name, but what's up? Louisiana Proud. I'll bring you on if I can find your name. Oh gosh, these names. There we go. Thank you for getting rid of that, dude. You're welcome. Hey there, what's going on? Oh, that was an accident, April. Do you mostly want people who disagree to request? Taylor, I don't know what people think when I accept their requests. I'm here for whatever people think. I'll have a conversation. If only I could know somebody's thoughts before I talk to them. Pick me, please. Wonderfully thick. Where are you at? Where's my friend? What's the guy from India's name again? Pradeep. Hey there, what's going on? Hello. D. Boston. Hello. Hello. Hello, D. You're on TikTok talking about porn. D going once. Gone. Is porn cheating? Like and share, people. Let's get up to 10,000 likes. Kevin, what's going on? Is porn cheating?
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Not much.
So is it cheating? No. Unhealthy? Yes.
Okay. Tell me more.
Hold that.
Oh, yeah, don't worry. We'll wait.
So, and I also think that's situational, but on a relationship standard, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I've been on both sides of the spectrum, meaning I've been in monogamous relationships and I've been in open relationships, right? Typically in open relationships, a lot of the time, porn isn't considered cheating, right? Because you have a multitude of partners. In regard to a monogamy aspect of you may consider it cheating, but I just don't see how it would be.
Okay. Well, you don't see how it would be if you're in a monogamous relationship?
Correct.
Okay. Well, why do you think, if you were to just, you said you've been on both sides, play devil's advocate, why do you think it would be if you're in a monogamous relationship?
Well, a lot of the times what you see is, well, I guess coming from a devil advocate standpoint, the only way that it could be remotely misconstrued as cheating is the fact that you're looking at other women while in a monogamous relationship. It's the only way.
Yeah. So that you're looking at another person, we'll say woman, who's not your partner, and you are pleasuring yourself sexually while using that woman on the screen.
Yeah, I
Right?
would agree. I would
Yeah.
agree from that standpoint, sure.
Okay.
I
That
think
wasn't
I
that
think
hard.
more or less no, but I also think more or less maybe you're asking the wrong question,
Oh, I'm asking the wrong
right?
question. Okay.
So it I think maybe is porn cheating the improper question, and more or less is porn unhealthy,
Okay.
right? Because of the fact that by saying the term cheating, you're leaving it open to interpretation, right? So there are people in the world that don't see porn as cheating, and there are people in the world that do see porn as cheating, right? But universally, actually, it's unhealthy because it's not real, right? So it's physically an unhealthy choice to sit and watch somebody perform an act that is different than how you would perform it, right? It doesn't make any sense because now you're setting unrealistic expectations of your partner and yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Does that make sense? So I just
Totally.
I don't necessarily agree with the question. I agree with what you're doing, right? I just don't agree with the question.
Okay. Well, look, your disagreement with the question is exactly why the question is the question, to create conversation.
Fair point.
And I think the question serves that purpose very well.
Yeah, fair point. I would agree.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all I got, man. Pretty
Okay.
cut and dry. Not
All
too
right.
difficult.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, no problem, man.
All right. Bye bye. An honest love. Welcome. Vicky. Was Vicky with 6Ks taken? I think I'm so funny when I say things like that. Nobody thinks I'm funny. Okay. Put a laughing face. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, already. Hello. 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 I know you're there because you swiped away.
I'm sorry.
Oh, who's
I don't know how
snoring?
to get out of here. I didn't mean to do that.
That's okay. Who's snoring? Who is that?
Go back to joined a live. I didn't mean to.
Do you watch
I
porn?
joined a live and I don't know how to get out of it.
What kind of porn do you watch? I love the snorers. They're the best. We'll let you off. Pick me, pick me, pick me. Pick me's are always the worst guests. Always. It's like a rule. So we'll bring you on. Rianne, prove us wrong. Hey there, what's going on?
Hi.
Is porn cheating?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, why's that?
I actually have a similar story to the girl Brittany. My first husband, we had a great relationship. Our sex life was amazing before we got married, and then it did a complete 180, like literally within a month of us being married, and that's when I figured out he was watching porn. He was started to not want to go out with us like as groups with my friends and his friends, and he would hang behind because I had a son from a previous relationship, so he'd be like, no, like we don't need to get a babysitter, like I'll stay home with him, you just go out and have fun, blah 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 blah. And I remember one night specifically, like I came home and the door was dead bolted, and I was like, what the fuck? And sorry, excuse my language. And he had to get up and come and answer the door, and when I came inside, I just had this weird gut feeling to like go over to the computer, and I see his wedding ring sitting there, and I was like, what the heck? And like he throughout the rest of the relationship, he was hiding it behind my back. He found sneaky ways to like hide it in browser history. And it became such a problem that our sex life just tanked, and my own self-image tanked with it because I would try everything and he would always have excuses. Just he didn't feel like it, he wasn't in the mood, and like I I'm not to brag or anything, but I felt like I was pretty good looking then, and I was thin and everything, and I didn't understand what was going on. We had such a great sex life, and then it went to literally in the year and a half that we were married, we had sex less than 5 times because he had developed this fantasy with the porn, and it progressed into where he was paying money to watch porn when porn is freaking free, and he was doing webcam sessions with girls, and it got very toxic very fast, and it just caused such issues. And even after my marriage failed and dating other men, I've always found it's like that is cheating. It's emotional cheating. You are getting off to watching another woman have sex, and you're imagining it's you having sex with that woman. That is cheating. Doesn't matter if you can't talk to her. Like, that's the image in your head that you're seeing, and it sets unrealistic expectations in your actual relationship, because those are professionals. They do stuff that most women are never going to be willing to do. Just degrading stuff. And I've just always found that is cheating. And even in my current relationship, I'm engaged, and we had to deal with it a little bit. I set the boundary. I was like, look, to me, that's cheating. It's betrayal. We had a little hiccups with it, but eventually he was like, you know what? I can see your point. I won't do it anymore. Like, I understand you see it as betrayal. I love you, and I don't want you to feel that way. So I won't do it anymore. And he hasn't. And it took a little while for him to get on board with it, because he really thought porn wasn't cheating. He didn't understand it. But I was like, honestly, like, think about it. You're getting off to another woman who isn't me. And it's not like he didn't have material of me he could be looking at. So I'm like, what the hell? Like, that's not okay.
Yeah. All right. Well,
That's all I wanted to say.
that's it. That's it. You
Unless
just
you
come
have
here to
questions for
unload, and
me.
that's it.
Unless you have questions for me. I mean, I'm a Christian, so I also see it from a biblical standpoint. Like, God made us to be one man, one woman, joined together in one flesh, no outside coming into your relationship. So whether it's just watching it on a screen, it's still coming in between your relationship. That's not your wife. That's not the person you're with. Like, even some women watch porn. That's not your husband. Like, you should never have anything coming between you and your partner.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye. He didn't make us with clothes. Bible thumper. Oh. Keep reading. Keep reading, Jose. Go to the next chapter. It's about fruit. I listened to a seminar on grief today by David Kessler. And yeah, the shame part comes next. David Kessler, and there was this is totally off topic. Well, kind of, not really. It has to do with grief. But when somebody's grieving, and somebody might say to the person grieving, you know, how long are you going to be grieving for? This was regarding death. How long are you going to be grieving for? You can just say back to them, well, how long is this person going to be dead for? Okay, well, that's how long I'm going to be grieving them for. I thought that was a clever response. All right, who's next? Which Bible, though? They're 8 I have read, though. I don't get it. Just checking. And I would actually say that grief comment can apply to betrayal as well. How long are you going to be grieving this relationship? Well, how long is this relationship going to go on for? Okay, well, grief has different phases, different stages. 10,000 likes. Let's go. Am I feeling better this week? Thank you for asking. I'm feeling much better. I still have a cough. I don't want to grieve forever. Yeah, but here's the thing: is the 6th stage of grief is making meaning of it all, and then striving to live in that. Hey there, what's going on? Is porn cheating? Vamptress? Oh, you got scared. Ran away. That's okay. Jason and Bella. Hello. Hello. Jason and Bella? Jason and Bella. Yeah, a lot of no-shows tonight. That's been happening the last few days. I feel like something is I don't know what I feel about that. Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Sorry for your loss, Charlie. What did Charlie lose? I'm 41 and still grieve my father, and I was in first grade. Yeah, I'm sorry, Charlie. I lost my mother in kindergarten. I hear you. Yeah, this grief seminar, David Kessler, check him out, Charlie. It sucks. It really sucks. And there was actually something interesting. Another thing he put it, comparing to like losing, maybe it's a parent who you had like 60 or 70 years with. It can be easy to say like, oh, we had such a long life with them. But think about it. You had 60, 70 years of history with the person. There's so much there to grieve. So it's just different. Losing somebody at a young age or an old age, it's not good or bad. It's not right or wrong. It's just different. And your grief is unique to you. Piper. No Piper. Man, a lot of these not showing up. Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi there. Is porn cheating?
I think it's a yes and no. So
Yes and
yes if let's say you're in a relationship and you're I guess emotionally involved with it. I don't know if you well, I guess I've experienced that in some way, not me, but ex of mine, like there's emotions involved with it. And then I guess no if you're just watching it just for the heck of it. Does that make sense?
Maybe. I don't know. Here's a question. If you're in a committed monogamous relationship, why would you watch other people have sex?
Oh yeah, if you're in a relationship, of course. But what I'm saying is just, I guess, in like two sections. I'm not in a relationship right now, so I don't see that. But my previous relationship, he's watching as much as he can. And I think, yeah, that one's cheating because we're in a relationship. And I feel like it's kind of like the expectation is unrealistic for him and not for me. So if you're in a relationship.
Got it. What expectation is unrealistic?
Well, I mean, can I say I don't know what to really say if it's offensive or something, but you know how I guess in porn, like I guess the women are different, and my ex was probably expecting, something like that, and I'm not comfortable with that. It feels like it's more, I guess, more pornish instead of a more emotional kind of type of relationship. So his expectation is like, you should be doing this because the porn is doing that. So
got it. So he was trying to play out what he saw in pornography with you in real life.
Correct.
Got it. Okay. Are you in a relationship now?
Thank you. Oh no, not at the moment.
Not at the moment. Okay. All right. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye. We did it. We got to 10,000 likes. We got to 14,000. Let's go. By the way, I'm a coach. I do one-on-one coaching as well as group coaching, both for men dealing with porn or sex addiction and women dealing with betrayal trauma. You can schedule a call with me using the link in my bio if you're interested, and or join one of my groups. That's it. On to the next guest. It's not an addiction, it's a choice. Well, two things can be true. Jose Ruiz. How much? The groups are $99 a month. We meet for an hour and 15 minutes weekly on Zoom. And you can do a discovery call for $50, which is a 30-minute call, just to talk about your situation. Hello, Taylor. How's it going?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you. Is porn cheating?
Absolutely.
Okay.
100%.
Tell me more.
So I actually dealt with this with my current husband and the Brittany girl that came on earlier. I was just wanting to speak kind of on what she said. So I know at the end she said she set boundaries for herself, and if somebody crosses those boundaries, leave. I just wanted to come on and say that you can also work through it. You don't have to leave. My husband and I have been working through it for years now. He's actually going on about a year clean now, and things have honestly been flourishing since then. So I just wanted to let everybody know, if someone crosses a boundary, you don't have to walk away right away. You can heal, you can get better. At first I saw it as I was just the victim from betrayal trauma, but I very quickly realized he is also a victim. This stuff is, because I'm now a mom, I have sons, and I very quickly realized this stuff is pushed on men very quickly, very young, very early. Sometimes there's YouTube videos my sons watch that look like they're for kids, and there's stuff in it that is suggestive. And so it's just, I know it was hardwired in his brain. So once I realized he's also a victim, it really changed my mindset, and it really helped us work through it that way. So I just wanted to let people know that you can heal. It can get better.
Totally, yeah. Well, and you're exactly right. I mean, boundaries, people can set up whatever boundaries they want, yes, but healing is possible. That's my story too. I watched pornography for 20 years, which escalated into physical cheating with my wife. We're still married, and we've been married almost 14 years now. It is possible to heal a relationship, and boundaries are important. Mm-hmm. So it does take a lot of hard work, and I love how you said that about you were able to see how really his story, how he fell prey to the grip that pornography has. We were watching, my oldest is 9. I have 2 sons. My oldest is 9. And we were watching Richie Rich yesterday. No, not Richie Rich. Cheaper by the Dozen.
Mm-hmm.
2. Is Carmen Electra in that? Yeah. And some of these scenes, I'm like, all right, my 9-year-old's watching this.
Right. Even movies I watched as a kid, we go back and watch like Shrek with my son, my oldest is 7. And I'm like, some of the things they say and some of the things they do in these PG movies, and I'm like, it's just so obvious that it is, and even my husband's algorithm on his social media is so far different from mine, even after being clean for a year, just, mm-hmm. When you sign up for things, it asks if you're male or female. And I'm like, I think that plays a part. It just really pushes stuff on him.
Totally.
And so, but yeah, things have gotten a whole lot better. And I actually used one of your kind of coachings that you had said one time, and he absolutely loved it when you brought up the Snickers bars and the strawberry. He loves that
best,
analogy.
isn't it? It's the best.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Well, I thought of that all by myself.
Well, it worked.
Just kidding. I stole it from the Conquer series.
Well, never mind
I steal a lot of stuff from. That's okay. I appreciate that. It's a great analogy. Are you willing to stay on here and talk to this guy? I think he wants to come on and argue. Are you down for that?
Sure.
All right, cool. I'll tell the Snickers bars, but I'll say it in a second. Hey, man, what's up?
Not much. What's you up to?
Not much. So why do you want to come on here with her?
I just don't get this whole setting boundaries thing. If you allow yourself to become your best friend, if your partner becomes your best friend, then nothing they really do is going to bother you if you're truly and genuinely in love with them. Love doesn't set boundaries, and love doesn't have expectations. If you're genuinely in love with your partner and you don't have walls up guarding you from falling in love, That's the bigger problem here. I feel like it isn't the porn, it's the problem. It's the lack of falling in love with your partner and just loving them for who they are.
But where do you draw the line? Like if we're not talking about pornography, say
Okay,
we're talking about drugs, you know, are you going to love your person if they start doing heroin
no,
and
no, no.
stop,
I
you know,
mean,
and start neglecting you? You have to
Well,
have
hold on.
boundaries.
Let me back up just real quick. Taylor, did you not love your partner during that?
I absolutely loved him. That's the reason I'm still
Yes.
here, is because I loved him through it. If
Right.
I
So
didn't love him, I would have walked away.
exactly. So EJ, you've drawn up a false paradigm for what we're talking about here. She did love him through it, and that's why she did what she did.
well, let's define love.
Well, hold on. Let's go back first. Where did you come up with the claim that she didn't love her partner? Because she never said that.
Based upon the actions of having boundaries and expectations, and you know what I mean. Like,
Okay, so
let
do you have kids,
let a
DJ?
person do
Do
what's
you have
natural.
kids? Do you have kids?
Yes, I do. I do have
Okay, if you
children.
set up boundaries for your children, is that loving or not loving?
If I set up boundaries for my children to teach them right from wrong,
Hmm.
yeah, it's my responsibility to raise a good, responsible
That's loving, right?
young
That's like
person.
one of the most loving things you can do for a child, is to give them order, to set up boundaries for them. That is a very loving thing. It would be very unloving to let them do whatever they wanted to do. That would be irresponsible. Your children would be taken away from you if you did that.
Well, I want to be clear about some things though with you. Like I strongly feel like anything interactive is not okay. Like if you're just watching a porn movie, is a porn movie or whatever. But if you're ever like interactive, paying for things, special privileges and things like that, that's going too far. That's when somebody must have a problem. You know what I mean? But just watching porn, getting one off real quick, keeping yourself fertile, and helping prostate health all at the same time. Women can't genuinely keep up with a male's genuine sex drive. I strongly feel. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, you got people that are like saying that the one, I think it was the last one, said that she shit, now I forget. I don't know.
You're doing great,
But
man. Keep talking.
I'm not doing great at all. I'm such an introvert. I hate doing these. That's why I always type to you instead of getting on a microphone. But what did the last one say? Does she have any answer to that? Did I even said anything?
Well, you didn't really ask a question or make a coherent point. You should run for president.
Well, okay, so you said
Probably.
if they are paying for it, then it's crossing a line. Okay, so if I told you he was on OnlyFans, does that mean that I should? Okay, so now my boundary is you can only watch the free stuff, but stay away from OnlyFans, which he was on more than the free stuff. So he obviously had a preference for it. Do you really believe that he would have the self-control
Don't
while
you have to pay for
continuing to
OnlyFans?
watch porn, that he would have the self-control to stay away from a specific girl that he had eyes for?
Then
Like,
shit. Then
that just doesn't
I
make sense.
completely agree. Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. If I'm watching porn, which is very rare, I'm never watching the same thing twice. I don't focus on a particular actress. I'm more the voyeuristic kind. I don't even care what their face looks like. I'm more concerned about the sexual activity going on. So it's not like I would ever sit there and think about a particular actress. When people get to that point, well then that's just weird to me. Where they want to interact with somebody and are willing to spend money. And I thought OnlyFans actually had fees attached to it.
So, EJ, let me ask you this: if somebody is stuck in an addiction, do you think it would be a loving thing to help them out of it, or to just let them fall prey to their own devices? What do you think would be the most loving thing to do?
Love them. Period. I mean, you just love them. I've had family members with problems, and I just continue to love them and never hold a grudge with them.
Yeah, but dude,
That's
the way
selfish,
you're
though.
constructing this conversation is like, if you have a family member who's struggling with an addiction, you're gonna sit here like this and be like, I love you. Like, what does that do?
Well, I mean, part of love is not keeping the score with things, and you just
You're
I'm not raising
talking about
something at all.
acceptance. You're talking about acceptance versus loving. I would say the most loving thing you could do is try. You can't control anybody's behavior, but try to help somebody get into a better circumstance for themselves. That's a
I'm just
loving
saying
thing to
people are
do.
taking it way too personal. They're attaching emotions to it, and there's nothing emotional going on. I promise all you women out there that are like so concerned about it, there is nothing emotional going on. Now maybe there's some people out there and there's some creeps out there, I'm sure, that are like harassing and stalking these actresses.
Can you be more clear with that point? There's nothing emotional going on with what?
There's nothing emotional going on. It's just
With what? With what?
With
What
the
are you
need
referring to?
release. There's just the need to release it. You have to have.
Is sex an
Especially as a
emotional
young man,
act?
you relate to that.
Is there emotion going on with sex?
Say what?
Is there emotions involved in sex?
I mean, not if it's good. I mean, maybe your wedding night is a good night to light all the candles and put the rose petals down and try to do something that's more of a emotional experience. But I mean, all in all, that's not really why we crave sex. Can I say that word, or is that a banned word?
So your assertion is that there's no emotion involved in sex except for your wedding night. Is that what you said? I just want to make sure.
For maybe
hearing you
everybody
correctly.
else's, not mine. Mine sucked real bad like that.
Okay, so not even your wedding night. So for you,
No, I was expecting like candlelit shit and all that stuff. But
well, that's because you watch so much porn.
Candlelight lit? No, I grew up watching soap operas with my grandma. No, that's what taught me what sex was. Candles lit, rose petals, something real sweet, and it was all like just that was all emotional. So I was kind of like giving a false pretense as to what I was raised to think sex was.
All right, hold on. I got to yell at this person in the comments. Maddie, I'm muting you again. I don't know who Hunter is. You saying over and over, let Hunter in, does nothing for me. I don't know who Hunter is. I don't know what a Hunter wants to say. I don't know who you are. So when you say that 5,000 times, it makes me want to just ban you. If you want something to happen and you've already said it 400 times and I'm ignoring it, try a different approach. Maybe Hunter has something of value to say. So give me a snippet. Okay? But you're pissing everybody in the comments off. All right. Sorry.
Can I chime in really fast?
Yeah, go ahead.
So you're saying you grew up with an expectation of sex being romantic with rose petals and things like that. And then you're saying when you watch porn, there's no emotion involved. So it sounds to me like those correlate. It sounds to me like you are lacking love and the expectation of what sex should be and what you want it to be. So you're filling it in with something that to me says that there is emotion involved. If that makes sense.
What I'm saying is that to me is what I was raised to believe it was. It was something that wasn't about, because as a young person, you're not thinking about the possibility of having an orgasm. So you're just seeing the emotion of it all. You're not seeing anything else that's like the motive of most people's sex lives these days.
I mean, I get what you're saying. That really started with the whole hookup culture stuff, and I don't know. I'm married. I don't see it that way. I guess we'll just agree to disagree there. But I definitely think there is emotion involved. There was a girl on last live that I watched, and she was saying that as long as there's no intimacy, if there's no intimacy, it's not cheating. And I don't see how looking at another person that's not your partner naked and doing a sexual act to it is not intimate in any way. I don't see it that way.
All right,
hold on real quick. Look, Hunter, who are you and why should I let you on?
Yo, I'm Maddie, and I'm with Hunter, and I want to get...
Well, now you lied, so you're banned.
I'm just saying, sometimes I need my back scratch and I can't reach it. So I get a back scratcher and I use a back scratcher. I don't wait for her to get around and say, that she's going to scratch my back and I better wait for her to scratch my back or let her scratch my back. You know what I mean? Like it's a physical ailment almost. Just being a male, it sucks sometimes. I ain't what I was when I was a teenager at all. I rarely watch porn, but just like our host here, he he said he doesn't hardly ever or doesn't watch it anymore. I'm not sure,
I haven't watched porn
but
since August of 2017.
2017. But as you got older, it just didn't seem as appealing. You know what I mean? When you were young and you were a young buck, you had it was a necessity.
I had an emotional void in my heart that I was desperately trying to fill, and pornography filled it in a very cheap and inauthentic way.
Same for my
But
husband.
the actual desire was I wanted comfort and connection. I wanted to be cared for.
I don't
Which
know. I just
I
know
would I would
me
say
and my woman are
I would
best
say
friends.
I would say you do too, EJ. Everybody does. And what happens with pornography is it kills possibility for true intimate connection. Look, I'm going to share the Snickers bar analogy. You probably heard me share it, EJ. I'd say no offense, but you're a pretty good representation of why this analogy applies. Is if you take a strawberry, you eat a nice red plump, juicy strawberry. It is delicious. Imagine it's a hot summer day and you got a bowl of strawberries and they're just so good. Nothing is better than a strawberry on a warm summer day. Now imagine you have 5 Snickers bars, 5 full-size Snickers bars, and then you have a strawberry. The strawberry tastes like shit. Why? Because the Snickers bars are fake. They're synthetic. It's not real food. They are designed to attack and infiltrate your taste buds in your mouth and just give them something that your mouth is not supposed to handle. So that when you have a strawberry, your mouth doesn't even know what to do with it. And it's like, this is gross. In this analogy, porn is the Snickers bars, and real true intimacy is the strawberry. When all you have is Snickers bars, you wouldn't even know a strawberry if it hit you in the face. When all you have is porn, you wouldn't know real true intimacy if it was right there in front of you. You might think you do, but it is so far perverted that you can't even tell the difference anymore. So you can sit here and argue all you want. Sex is not an emotional act. Like, come on, dude. Really? Really? Anybody who is sexual, which is everybody, knows that there is emotion involved in sex.
Sure. I got nothing to say about that. That's just how you feel. That's how you feel.
Yeah, sure.
What
How I
I'm
feel.
talking about is steering people back towards love instead of having walls up and expectations. Allow yourself to fall in love with somebody that you love everything about them.
Yeah, here's the problem: is lust and
And
love
that's the
can't
true. That's the
coexist.
true emotional intimacy.
Lust
You're
and
bringing.
love,
You're making
lust and love
porn
can't
about love.
coexist.
Love and like your sex
It
life.
is about love. Every man who knocks on the door of a brothel is actually searching for love.
Love is a kiss in the morning before you leave to go to work. You know what I mean? Love is being there for each other all the fucking time. Love is a completely different thing than what you're trying to steer it towards. I'm trying to steer it towards people back towards love, where you're not keeping a score of wrongdoing. You're not resentful.
You're using the word love, but I don't think you're using it in the
I'm
same
going
way.
with the biblical sense, the biblical definition.
The biblical. Okay, so
Well,
you brought the Bible into this. Tell me more about those beliefs.
I'm just saying that was one of every wedding I've ever been to. There was always that one phrase or that one
The one what?
love is patient and love is kind. The one that starts like that. And it was the most clear definition I've ever heard of love. And it just made so much sense to me. And I started practicing my life around that, where I stopped having expectations of my partner. And I just loved who they were. I started falling in love with people for who they were, regardless.
And that's great. But here's the thing: is you're using the word love, but you're mixing it with lust. Lust and love are opposites.
No, I'm just saying.
I agree with
It's-
your biblical definition of love. I think that's great. It's beautiful, absolutely. But there's a difference between it's like, what's the most loving thing you can do for a person? It's oftentimes not the nicest. Again, go back to thinking about your kids. Like, is it nice to put boundaries on a kid and have them, learn to behave? Well, it's not nice, but it's very loving. Is it?
Absolutely. But you're not paying attention.
What am I missing?
I'm talking about the biblical definition of love.
Okay. All right. So you brought the Bible into it. What would you say about
Yeah.
what the Bible talks about lust and adultery? That a man who even looks at a woman with lustful intent has committed adultery with her in his heart.
Okay. I'm just talking about the definition of love.
Okay. So
What
let's
I,
talk
what I
about
heard
lust and
from the Bible.
adultery. Let's go to the same book and talk about lust and adultery.
What about? We're talking about the apple.
No, we're talking about Matthew 5:27 and 28. You might have heard it said, "Thou shalt not commit adultery." But I say to you, if you even look at a woman with lustful intent, you've committed adultery with her in your heart.
I don't know, dude. It just sounds like something was written 2,000 years ago.
Oh, so now we're not relying on the Bible. Okay, you're all over the place, man.
No, what I'm saying is that made the most sense of anything I've ever heard out of the Bible. That one thing, it has always stuck with me ever since I heard it for the first time.
Well, it's true. I would agree. It's true. But yeah, I agree. What's your point, though?
My point is, I don't have walls up. If my woman walks in the room with a freaking vibrator or whatever, I'm just like, whatever.
Well, what if
doesn't
she-
bother me at all.
All right. Well, what if she walks in the room with another guy's eggplant in her mouth?
Well, if you love somebody, number one, you're going to be happy for them. It's going to be disappointing. And if you allow that to go on, you just walk away from that. That's a whole other thing. Just be happy for him. She found
So
another form of happiness.
that's what you
Just
do.
walk
You'd be
away.
like, "Hey, I'm happy for you," and then you'd walk away.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Do you have any daughters or only sons?
What?
Is that how would you want, if you had a daughter, would you want her future man to have the same thoughts? Would you want him to be the same?
I'm going to say I raise my daughters with complete moral kindness. But whenever they turn 18 in today's society, however it takes to just keep your head above water, I don't know. They can do what the hell they want. I'm not going to be looking for it. You know what I mean?
Bro,
once they're an adult, hey, I taught them everything I know. Well, once they're an adult, they're on their own to figure it out.
So look, man, there's so many flaws in your logic here. And really this comes from a worldview thing, a belief system thing, right? I'm not going to give the analogies. You can read between the lines. But there are certain things that could happen to your daughters. You just think about it for a second. Really bad things. If those things were to happen to your daughters, would you just like smile and high five whoever's doing that to your daughter?
No, I'd
Or would you love them and try to get them out of that situation?
yeah. If it was some type a way like that, but I assume I've taught my daughter how to better handle herself and get to know the people she's dealing with.
How old's your
But-
daughter?
I have a 25-year-old, I got a 16-year-old, and I got a 2-month-old.
My point is, like, if she loved a man and he cheated on her, like you just said, if your woman cheated on you, you would be happy for her because if that's what she wants. So if that happened to your daughter and her heart was just broken, she came to you just devastated, you would say, well, you should be happy for him. That's what he wanted.
No, in no way,
That's
shape, or form.
that's cherry picking. Like, you can't.
You're talking about the difference between forcing it and it being consensual.
You're all over the place with morality, dude. You're all I ban them, guys. Don't worry about it. Does anybody not named Hunter or Maddie want to come in here? Anybody not named Hunter or Maddie? Who wants to join in on this? EJ, you cool if we add other people?
I don't care, bud.
Great.
Just my mouth's getting really dry because I took my sleeping medication, so I might sound a little sticky.
Oh, good. You're loosened up a little bit. Great. No problem. Yeah, man. Look, you're just notice, and I'm not mad at you, but like you have no moral guideposts here. I agree with what you're talking about. Love.
But
Yeah.
period.
Then how do we implement that?
Then it's
Love is
I'd be there
patient.
for
Love
my
is
daughter
kind.
if
Love does
something
not envy. It
horrible
is not
happens.
boastful. It is not arrogant. It is not rude. It is not self-seeking. It is not irritable, and does not keep a record of wrongs. Love finds no joy in unrighteousness, but rejoices in the truth.
Yes.
Okay, so how
So
do you
you should
act
be able
that
to be
out?
honest with your
How do
partner.
you
Like
how
if
do
your
you walk
best
that
friend,
out?
if that person is your best friend, then it just doesn't bother you if it's the truth. If people are open about, there's a difference between being open about it and hiding it. There's a big difference between those two things. If you're with your best friend and you can be open about it, if my woman walked in the room and would caught me, I'd probably just keep going. You know what I mean?
You
Like
just
it
keep
just
going. Are you
that's
married?
just where we're at. Like I wouldn't feel any sense of shame or anything because I might walk in on her one day. You know,
Are you guys
shit
married?
happens. We're engaged.
You're engaged. Great. All right.
We've been
All right.
together
Are we
13
are we
years.
done? Are we done with EJ, or should I keep him on? Do you want to
Yeah, I
keep
think
talking?
everybody's done with
You're
me.
done.
It seems
Okay.
like.
All right. All right. I think so. All right, Taylor. I'm going to move on and bring some other guests on. Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. Thanks for chatting.
Mhm.
Caitlin, are you here? Can you come on while I go to the bathroom? Maddie or Hunter, do you guys want to join? JK, LOL. Just kidding. I'll be right back. All right. California Mary, let me up. Great, I'd be happy to. I should bring. All right. Well, no. Okay, Maddie or Hunter, you guys here? I'll bring you on with California Mary. Porn coach, do I know Luca? Yes, I know who he is. I'm not friends with him. Oh, Charlie, what's up, man? Did you request? Charlie always makes our head spin. What's up, man?
Hey, how you
have
doing?
You always have one question. Good, man. You
Yeah.
gotta turn your camera on. You know the rules.
Wait. Why do I only have to turn on the camera? So that's my
I
my
don't know.
second question.
It's just you. I don't know. That's just how it happened. You had your camera on the first time, and now you have to.
Okay. I suppose
I let you on, Mary, but you left.
I'm smoking though, so that's not good.
Okay. Okay.
Hey, Austin.
What's up, Mary?
Can we make an
I wish
exception
you
for
would've
this
left
time? 'Cause I'm
EJ on.
smoking.
You
You
wanted me
think
to
he's
leave him
still
on?
listening?
EJ's always here. Yeah. Yeah, he's there.
Oh,
He
I
just
just.
commented.
Oh,
Can
he
we make
did
an
good.
exception
I.
for this time?
Yeah,
Sorry.
Charlie, that's fine.
Okay.
Hey, I'm in.
What's up?
So I'll ask
Oh, there's
really
two
quick.
Charlies.
Hi,
There's two
Charlie.
Charlies.
Yeah, I saw
Oh,
that. I saw
Charlie
that.
and Charlie.
There's
This
Charlie
is
everywhere. Isn't that
there's
like a
I feel
World
like
War
I'm in
I
a
term?
Charlie sandwich.
That's like a World War I term.
Charlie.
What's
That's my
going
dad's
on?
name, Charlie.
Oh man. All right.
Hey, so
Well,
my question.
yeah.
So what if you're in a committed relationship, but you travel for long periods of time, like maybe a month at a time?
Charlie,
Uh-huh.
what
Then it's
what
that
did
Wait,
much
wait. I'm
better
not
when
done
you
yet.
get
I'm not
with your
done yet.
partner.
bro, what did I tell you
And
the
you were.
last 75 times you asked me this question?
Yeah.
I asked you that before.
Yes, you ask me this like every time.
What? Is this like 50 first dates?
I guess so.
Can you guys hear me?
Okay, well, what's the
Yes.
answer?
Yes.
Well,
So what should
the
you do then? Like hope
I
hope
don't,
for a good dream?
well, I
No,
don't
you
know.
wait to go back to your loved one.
You be a grown up.
What if you go to the army for a long time?
Well, let
I
me
can't
ask you this,
speak for
Charlie.
that.
Is it possible to masturbate without watching strangers have sex?
Yes.
Okay, so then I would just ask you the question. I'm not saying this is a good idea or what I would prefer, but why not just masturbate without bringing strangers into it?
I've done that. There's
Exactly.
a laziness. But yeah, okay, I guess I could do that. But I was saying, can't you look at your girl on your phone since she's in another state or country?
You could.
But
Your own woman.
but that's not cheating. It's a lack of intimacy, but it's not cheating.
Well, the question would be, what's going to draw you guys closer in intimacy, right? Because here's the thing: is the brain science suggests that when you're masturbating, even if it's your partner on your phone, you're bonding to the phone, not the person.
It's a brain game.
Hey, this
Darling.
person, Robin
It's a brain
Rose.
game.
Robin Rose has a great suggestion. Why not FaceTime? Is that intimate?
Okay, hold on. Is this Maddie and Hunter? I can't believe it.
Hi
That sounds
guys,
like a
it's
good
Maddie and
suggestion.
Hunter. It's your favorite people.
Oh God.
We are
All right.
of age. I am 20, she's 22, so don't fucking worry. We wanted to give our opinions on porn and cheating,
Coming in
but
hot.
you wouldn't let us.
Yeah, coming in hot.
People
Well,
are
you're on
saying
here
I'm
now.
mommy.
So share it.
It says
What do
mommy
you think?
Maddie.
Is porn cheating?
Okay, so my opinion, I've been dating my boyfriend for 3 years, and ever since we've been dating, first of all, he hasn't needed porn, and he said that to me. He hasn't fucking needed porn because if he's getting shit, if he's getting stuff from me, then he doesn't need anything. You know what I mean? Like if he's getting stuff from me, why does he need stuff of other girls? Why? What's the reason?
You haven't shared an
Are you-
opinion yet.
you're
You said you were sharing-
27?
You said you were going to share
I'm
your
20.
opinion, and you haven't.
Oh,
And
done
really
it yet.
quick,
say,
for the
yeah,
record, I
I
don't
can tell.
masturbate or watch porn. For the record, these
I'm
are all
not talking about you guys. I'm
hypotheticals.
talking about my opinion with porn and cheating.
You haven't shared an
But
opinion yet. What's your opinion?
My opinion is if a man is dating you and he's getting nudes and videos from you, why does he need porn and videos and pictures of other girls if he's dating you?
No,
That's not
but
an
it's
opinion.
watching
That's a
Because the
porn.
bonding is
Is it
going
cheating?
on with the electronic device.
Who's
That's
bonding
where
with an electronic device?
the
Incels
person
who
who's
need
looking
fucking
for
AI
watching
girlfriends?
All right, everybody,
porn.
everybody, be quiet. Mommy,
Okay.
you haven't shared an opinion yet. I'm going to give you a third try to share an opinion. You begged and begged and begged to get on here.
Okay.
What's your opinion?
It's cheating.
Okay, thanks for sharing. All right, back to
Cold as ice.
back to the Charlies. Okay. All right. What about the other Charlie,
I'm
the
done. This is
female
like a
Charlie?
comedy show.
Charlie girl or Charlie guy?
Charlie girl. What do
Okay.
you
Okay,
think?
so if you're with someone, I've been with my husband for 20 years. I've known him, and when he was single, he said he would watch porn. But when you're with somebody, I don't think you should be watching it. I had my son, and then I found porn. He said he didn't watch it. He only watched it when he was single. If you're looking at another woman, you're fantasizing about that other woman of having sex with. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
What if the woman is you?
I'm not on a porn.
No, just like you sent him some stuff.
Well, you mean what if you're the porn?
Oh no, but that's a label, isn't it?
Well, porn is erotic imagery usually depicting an organ or multiple organs of a person with the erotic intent to arouse. So
Or
A
it's
just
a
lot of
because
time
it's
it's
you on the screen.
unrealistic.
or it's a wonderful gift sent by your wife, Charlie.
Yeah, but if they're watching other women, and I feel like it's unrealistic. And
Hey,
they're
can we,
surprising.
Charlie girl, are you in a relationship?
Yeah.
Dang it. I was going to try to match you guys, Charlie and Charlie.
What?
No, I met him when I was 19, and I have a son that's 13.
Okay, never mind. Bad idea.
Oh, wow.
Bad idea.
And I'm interested in someone.
Okay. All right, Mary,
heart
California Mary, what's
also.
going on with you? It's been a while.
I know. I always pop in and watch, but
Uh-oh.
I don't always say anything. I just was tripping off of EJ. I wanted it. I feel like, how come you don't just break it down to the most simplest thing with them, Austin? Like the fact that you never really get to have that. It's a really special thing and true intimacy when you're not doing that. So he doesn't know because he's like, it's okay. My wife does it. I do it. I don't care if she walks in with another dude, basically is what he said, and he's missing out on a lot. And I think it's just like the traumas behind all of it, if you're not going to work through it, then that's what you get. I mean, that's what you're going to get. You're going to
Yeah,
get what you
totally. I
get.
mean,
And it's not half as rich as being a grown up and waiting and being patient. It just isn't
yeah.
half as rich. And I
Yeah,
wanted
you
you
can
to
wait
say
for your
that to me.
wife. If you can't set boundaries, there's
Right.
no longing or emotional attachment, I feel like. Like, why can't
Exactly.
you do it
If
for
you
your wife?
can't do that for your wife, which is the one person you do that with, then you can do nothing for her and you're not loyal.
Yeah, well, Mary,
But
to answer your question, I don't think that there's any, well, never say never, but to a man who claims that if he were to walk in on his wife cheating on him, he'd basically give her a high five and say congrats. I don't know how to get through to
Oh,
somebody like
forget it.
that.
My husband
Yeah,
would
that's crazy.
be 6 feet underground.
Yeah, it's over. It's going to be a murder scene.
You
Oh,
should be able
and
to wait for your loved one, no matter if you really love them, and there's an
right.
emotional. That's your
That's
emotional.
what nobody,
so
like everybody who gets on that defends the porn doesn't get that one piece.
EJ's still here. EJ,
And
you want to come back on?
and host, really quick, can you answer this question? Somebody in the chat said, "What if you were perhaps long distance, and
God,
you and
that's
your
the
partner
question
are
you
on
just
you
asked
said
5
that
minutes
too,
ago.
Charlie.
No,
It's
no,
a,
and you and your partner do FaceTime together and whatever that involves. Is
I,
that? It's a question.
yeah,
How do you feel?
somebody just
I want
asked.
your opinion, host.
Yeah, I think, um,
So you're
I
saying
think
there's a chance.
I want to say what I think. I think it could work, except it's still a gateway to the other situation. You have to learn how to control
Tell
yourself.
yourself.
We're grown. We have free will, and the more you practice it and control it, the richer your life is. It depends on what you want your life to be like.
yeah,
Okay, that's fair, but I want the host's opinion.
I would just say, Charlie, it just goes back to the principle. It's not real intimacy.
But what if
Exactly.
you're long distance and you're
I don't care
FaceTiming?
how far you are. If you're in the next
You
room
should be
or
able
in
to wait.
China,
But you're
it's
FaceTiming with your
yeah. I mean,
significant
again,
other.
I like to. It's too cheap and easy to answer these yes/no questions, right? Anybody can do that. The question is what's going to bring you guys closer together in true intimacy?
Like literally physically being near each other, I would imagine.
Sure.
When you finally get
So what would be
together.
better? Would it be better to wait for each other or not?
I mean, I just think we use a lot of colorful titles on things, but if FaceTiming with your significant other, I think maybe would be an exception.
Okay. I mean, I'm not going to agree or disagree with that.
Well,
Ah,
that's
that,
Much
that
much
means you
much.
don't, that means you don't
No,
fully
no.
disagree.
No, because
Yeah.
no. Notice I rarely ever agree or disagree with things, right? It's again, I like to use phrases like what's more useful, what's going to draw you closer together in intimacy, and then you decide.
That's
But
fair.
again, it's the same principle. You're masturbating to a screen. It's not your partner. I get it. It looks like her or him, but it's not. So
Okay, well, I'm
and
gonna
again, it
take
goes
off.
down as a slippery slope of fantasy of now I'm masturbating
No
to a
pun
screen.
intended.
I'm gonna take off. But for the record, I don't masturbate or watch porn. Just for
Thank
the
you.
record.
Thank you
Thank you
for
so
Oh,
much.
setting
you
the
just
record.
watch it?
No, I don't do anything. I don't.
Oh.
All right, see you, Charlie.
I see you next time. Peace and love.
All right,
I tell you
EJ's
what,
back.
I just stare at it.
Yeah.
All right, Mary, what do you want to
That's
say to
I
EJ?
think the longer you wait
Oh,
for somebody that you really love, the better connection you have.
yeah. EJ, did you hear what I was saying when you were in the chat?
Yeah, I was kind of listening.
So do you get what I'm saying about you're never going to know the richness of it unless you practice it?
I mean, that's a hypothetical, but
It's only hypothetical for you.
well, you were talking about saving yourself. That for me, that would be a hypothetical because well, that option's done, came and gone.
No, I didn't. No, I'm never talking about saving myself or saving yourself. I'm talking about when you're being loyal to your partner and you're not using other sources of intimacy to get your rocks off. It really changes the
See, I think
scenario for your connection with your partner.
I think the problem there is that I think it was you that said it, they're fantasizing about that person. And
I don't,
they're not.
I don't not.
They're
I'm
not
not. I'm
fantasizing about
not
that
in
person. They're watching
anybody's
that
head. I
person.
don't know if they're fantasizing, but and,
Guys are visual, and I'm sure you've had a partner or two, and
oh,
I'm sure
Jesus, I
you've
wish
seen
I
somebody
was.
they like to look down and actually see what's going on and stuff. You know what I mean? Guys are just visual. We're visually stimulated. We can't close our eyes and fantasize like women do. Women are actually projecting themselves onto us, thinking that that's how we do things. But we don't do things like that inside our head. We do it
Well,
with
clearly you don't do it
external
at all
stimuli.
without the woman. So you, or unless you're into dudes or whatever. But you
Okay.
need the that piece of it, right? So like you're talking to it like, oh my God, they have to conform to us to do it. They don't have to do nothing. They don't have to be with you.
They don't, but let's say you have a specific niche of something you really like and turns you on. You talk to your partner about it, and they're like, "Nah, I don't feel comfortable with that." You can just keep watching that porn. You know what I mean? Like, say, like, just like when I was a teenager, my main
Right.
thing
So
I would ever.
right there, what you just said pushes you guys away. That's just that conversation you just said is the girl, the female saying, no, forget it, just go. So you lost her right there.
I feel like she's not good enough.
Right. You lost your partner right there. Just that conversation. So if you're saying, oh yeah, it's okay. My wife just said, oh man, if you're into that weird shit, go over there and do it. That you're now you're not connected 100%. And you're talking about how men are. I'm telling you about how women are. You're not connected right there.
And you would definitely make
It's
your
just
woman
choice.
feel insecure.
I think it's just choices. But if you open your mind, EJ, I'm just saying, I'm not judging you. Hey, I am not judging anyone who looks at porn. If they're not hurting people, besides themselves, it's all good. But I'm just saying, open your mind. Like, try to open your mind.
Okay, so you're okay with it, and it's justifiable.
I'm not okay with it, and I can only be responsible for my life. I'm not okay with it in my life. I'm not judging you, is what I was saying. I'm not judging you.
Whoever said they like my voice and I sound like Lady Gaga, thank you.
Oh, that's funny. I love Lady Gaga. Did he go away?
He always he's like switching back and forth. There he is.
He's switching to the porn.
I
EJ,
rarely ever watch porn. I'm in my 40s now.
when did you
Ooh,
start
that's
watching
good.
porn?
You're grown.
Huh?
When did you start
Watching
watching
porn?
porn?
Oh, I'm gonna say probably 9th grade,
9th grade, so 13, 14.
14.
something like that.
Oh God, my son's gonna be 13.
Oh,
Oh,
Jesus. That was
he's gonna be spending a lot of time in the bathroom. Don't ask questions. Do not traumatize that kid. Give him his privacy.
I give my golden child privacy. He knows we talk a lot about stuff. He knows a lot. He knows not to let a woman treat him badly, and he knows how to treat a woman. Don't cheat on them. Don't go watching porn. If you don't want to be with this woman, you break up with them.
EJ, do you think it's good for a young adolescent brain to watch pornography?
I don't know about what that is, but that's just evolution. I mean, whether they were out in the woods still living, being primate type versions of ourselves, that's what they'd be doing because
I
that's
feel
the
like
way
it
we're
would just give
designed.
them.
It's
Who
just how
would
we're
they be
designed.
watching? The animal?
It's actually literally
don't
not,
have-
right? And this is what a lot of the evidence is suggesting is, a 10-year-old boy, let's say, 13-year-old boy, most boys are exposed to pornography by the age of 13. They can watch and probably have watched more pornography than their entire lineage in about 5 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. They've watched more pornography than any man who preceded them in their whole lineage. That's not normal. That's not good for the brain.
And I feel like it would just give them expectations that aren't really real.
There's not
It's
expectation.
not real intimacy. It's not real. I don't know. I feel like it would just give them false.
Okay,
it's
let's say your man has a thing for watching you M-bait. I don't know about what words I can say.
Wait, what?
Masturbate. Masturbate.
Okay. So what I just say? God damn it, I smoked too much.
say your man. Say
Hey,
your
hey,
man has a
EJ,
thing for
there's
watching you masturbate.
another great phrase I've got for you. A man who does. God dang, now I can't remember the phrase.
Oh God, you guys.
A man without a purpose or vision in life distracts himself with pleasure. Anyways, go on.
What was the question again?
You said if your man wants
If
to
you-
watch you, likes to watch you masturbate, and then you didn't finish.
Oh yes, let's say that's what you're into, right? And you tell your partner, and your partner's just like, I don't know. And you just like are like, okay, I ain't gonna make you feel uncomfortable, but she's okay with you watching other people do that on the screen. Like that's kind of how our relationship is. You know what I mean?
So
Like,
so is that what you like? You like watching when you watch pornography? It's of women masturbating.
that was my teenage fix.
That was your teenage fix. What is it now?
Yeah, that was my teenage fix.
No, but we're talking about like now.
Well, now it's just girl on girl, and just like, you know.
Are you in a relationship?
Yeah, I'm engaged. I've been with my partner for 14 years.
And they don't mind you watching other women?
No, she watches other men, other men. Or sometimes she watches other women.
I mean, each to its own. I just feel like you should be able to wait for your loved one.
Should
The
be able to
thing
what?
too, EJ, like you're like I'm into watching the women on women, and you're like, oh no, she don't mind if I watch that, and you run into two women in the bar, and they say, hey, we're gonna get together. You want to come with us and watch? You're gonna be far more likely because you have not controlled yourself for all those years to say, yeah, let's do it, and you will be literally for what the way most people say cheating is, then you will be literally cheating on your wife.
Ma'am, if I can be completely honest, I've had that opportunity quite a few times, and I've turned it down every time.
Well, that's great. That's amazing. Usually
EJ,
that
I'm curious. Why have you been engaged for 14 years?
Why? Because I found my best friend.
Great. That's
I mean,
different
we
from
can
a
be
wife.
completely honest about everything, our deep desires or whatever. I mean, it just everything's on the table.
What does
Yeah,
that
so-
mean?
so-
being
so why-
Leaving the
honest?
but you know
bathroom door
what?
open while
Everything
you
on the
use
table.
bathroom.
You could be a mass murderer, and that could be on the table. But does that mean it's healthy?
Doesn't mean it's not.
Yeah, it could be.
Here we are, right back to morality, dude. It all
Right.
comes back to morality.
If you can't
trying to
wait
bring
and
it back
long
to
for
love.
your spouse,
We're trying
I feel like it
we're
makes you
trying to
stronger.
change the definition of love here, where there's boundaries and people are afraid to step out their circle and their comfort zone and become more comfortable with things. Expand your circle. Just be more comfortable. Don't always hold walls up around yourself where you brick
no,
yourself.
we're talking about if porn is
I don't
cheating.
think anybody's done that.
What'd she say? Is porn cheating?
She said we're talking about is
We're talking about is porn cheating.
Porn is not cheating. Within the guidelines of the fact that it's not a live thing, I don't think interaction is appropriate where you're actually engaging in
But it
something.
could affect your relationship.
right.
Definitely.
But
Because you're-
engaging in other activities with a live person, I think is just where I draw the line 100%. I think it's completely inappropriate. And you're actually making a connection with somebody else. That's where I draw my line for sure.
Yeah, but I feel like that could lead to other things of
I think
fantasizing about a woman on TV. It could lead to other shit.
EJ, I think it's
don't think so.
interesting how you can compartmentalize all the different parts of intimacy. Like, that's such a trip to me. Like, I was just sitting here thinking how you were saying, yeah, it works out. I say that I'm into this and I do this. And I'm not judging you. I hope you know that. Like, you say, I'm into this and my wife is okay with it. And I sat here thinking to myself, where is this going? Because it sounds like a train wreck to me. Because you're compartmentalizing. You're saying, I would never cheat, but I'm into two women with each other, so I want to see it. And I'm just trying to. I wish I could do that. Compartmentalize things like that. It's one big picture for me. It's not small
Can I
little
ask? Can I
individual
ask something?
pictures.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Hi.
You got something to say?
I've been struggling a lot recently with my partner who keeps trying to change for the better for the both of us, but it's not working and I don't know whether people are worthy of change.
They are.
But how is it possible when it's the same mistake and I've been told the same things? How do I forgive so many times?
What's the change?
Well,
Porn addiction.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Is this person over an 18?
All right, Tay,
Yeah.
are you 18 or over? Yeah.
I'm over 18.
You want advice from EJ?
Whoever. I just need advice. I feel so lost right now.
I swear you should have been a comedian, Austin. You're like,
I am, Mary.
oh, you are? You are. I'm serious. You
No,
are.
no, I'm not. I'm not. I'm
Oh,
saying
you're
I am.
almost like
she's
you're
going back
just
to my
sort of
point.
being dry, like that old? I'm not going to say it because I'll give away my age.
So Tay, first of all, sorry you're going through that. How long have you guys been dating?
Almost a year.
Almost a year. How old are you guys?
We're both 18.
You're both
Oh,
18.
wow.
Yeah.
And how many times have you discovered pornography?
Well, it's been happening our whole relationship, which I then found out has happened 3 years prior to our relationship. So this has obviously been an addiction he's struggling with. And so 7 months ago, I had been asking him to stop. Did he stop? No. I had asked him to change, and I'd offer him help. And I don't see any help, and I don't know how to have faith to move forward and to help him anymore.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
It's tough.
And I
Especially
think I
you.
love him so much, but it's so hard to believe that he loves me if he's not willing to reach out. How do I go forward
Yeah,
with
but if
that?
he doesn't want to change, you can't change him.
He does want to, he just doesn't know how.
What has he tried?
Nothing. He's not really
Okay.
anything.
Okay. Hold on.
Austin, help.
Give it a second. Hold on.
It's tough, right? Like,
Well,
what do you do?
here's the thing: is if he claims he wants to change, what does the evidence suggest? Does the evidence suggest he wants to change or doesn't want to change?
I don't know. I don't know. We're on a break right now, and so I'm giving him space to figure it out for himself because every time I get back with him, it's like nothing's changed. And so if I stay apart, maybe he will figure it out for himself and realize that I'm not coming back until things are changed.
Yeah, that's you taking your power
sounds
back and
about
you
right.
stepping into your own
Exactly.
agency.
Finally
Here's-
respecting my own boundaries, right?
Well, yeah.
Good
Here's the
job.
question.
Good
Here's
job.
the question you got to ask yourself: is what if he never changes? What will you do?
Exactly. Because then I'm in the same position of now I have to let you be.
Yeah, and you can't change somebody else.
No, you have to set boundaries.
And you'll feel good about setting your boundaries, I'm sure.
Should
So
I
is the
give
only
him
is the only concern that he's watching porn?
Yeah, but it's not only like that. It's like a lot of varieties of porn.
Can I answer that question, EJ? The
Yeah.
concern is actually not about the porn. The concern is that he's not putting his full attention on her and loving, caring, honoring, protecting her, providing safety for her. It's not the porn.
And he also said he wants to change. So he knows it's an issue for him.
Oh, for
Some
sure.
people
Because he
don't.
doesn't want to lose me, right? But he doesn't know how to do that.
Yeah, no, I got it, Tay. I was
Any
saying that to
evidence
EJ.
of work? I can't see that.
So, Tay,
Yeah.
what are you worth?
Oh, God, so much.
Good.
I do so much, and I am so forgiving, and I am so caring to the point where I don't respect myself, and I stay so many times to forgive. How many times do I have to forgive in order for change to happen?
And then sometimes people get resentful because you can forgive, but you're not going to forget.
Right? That's where I'm at.
Yeah. So, man, you got a lot of horsepower, Tay.
I'm strong, but I'm breaking.
Well, you're You're a human being. Okay.
Yeah.
You're strong and you're fragile. Welcome to being human.
I love that.
Um,
Thank you.
yeah. So look, in your strength is saying, I'm so strong. I'm going to be there. I'm going to persevere. I'm going to forgive and keep forgiving. And hopefully he changes. All right. But what if he doesn't? When will you, oh, I think you
That's
are doing it
boundary.
actually. You said you're on a break right now. I
Yeah.
get it. You love him. And like we've been talking to EJ, the most loving thing for this person could be setting a very clear boundary. It says, the boundary doesn't seek to change another person's behavior. It only defines your behavior. I will not be in a relationship with somebody who watches pornography or isn't at least willing to get help. And
Yeah.
if he's choosing not to do that, then you get to decide if you live into your side of the boundary, whatever it is that you make that.
So should I
Because
give
he's
him
not really respecting
my boundaries as much?
your boundaries as a person, as a human.
And he may not understand the type of help he needs. That's why I was calling on Austin. Austin, tell me about your services.
Oh, by the way, I'm a coach. I do one-on-one coaching as well as group coaching, both for men dealing with porn or sex addiction and women dealing with betrayal trauma. EJ, can I throw you under the bus real quick?
Oh, what? Does that mean you're
Yeah.
gonna disconnect?
No, I'm just going to throw you under the bus.
Okay.
Okay. So Tate, people who have the attitude, well, how do I want to put this? I want to gently throw you under the bus. If it doesn't, I'm so bad at disrespecting people. He might turn out like EJ. That's what I really want to say. So the question is, what will you do?
Well,
Because if this doesn't get in check, again, he's going to be, however old EJ is, 45 years old someday, being like, yeah, I don't care about anything. It doesn't matter. Watch your porn. Do whatever. So you get to decide what you're
I'm
worth
wondering
and
why
let
is
your
there
actions
something-
be congruent with that.
Why is there something that needs to be forgave in the first place? Why was that boundary even set? If you're trying to fall in love with somebody, you just give it your all, and things do not easily irritate you. Things are not going to sit there and offend you. You're just going to love your partner. They're your
Don't
best
sell
friend.
your soul, Tay. Don't sell your soul. Don't sell
Not
your
if
soul.
you're watching other women. It's disrespectful.
EJ,
But that's perspective.
Tay, lay it on
Yeah,
him.
but
Lay it
it's
on him.
making it can
Tay,
make
come on.
it could definitely mess up your relationship.
Hold on. Let Tay speak.
Some people feel that way.
Hi, baby.
Tell him, Tay.
EJ, you're okay with porn, right?
Within the guidelines that I had previously set,
What were the
I'm not sure I
guidelines?
was there.
as long as it was nothing interactive or nothing you're really paying for or anything that establishes any type of connection with another person on a relationship type of level.
Okay, now imagine this. You set a boundary where that is not okay, and your partner does that. How would you feel?
Trade.
Yeah.
If you set up, I don't set boundaries. I just get to know the person I'm with, and whoever they are is whoever they are. It's up to me to decide whether if I'm going to give them my heart or not. If I'm not uncomfortable with the situation, I'm going to walk away. But if I'm going to stay, I'm going to figure out how to fall in love with that person. I'm not going to sit there and make expectations that they have to fulfill and be who I want them to be. I want to fall in love with that person who is that person. You should not be changing for the partner. Somebody shouldn't be asking you to change in the first place because that's short of love.
It's
EJ,
not
what does
per
it
se
mean? What does it
changing
mean?
for the
What is
partner, but it's respecting their boundaries.
EJ? What does it mean that your fiance is your fiance? What does that mean? Why do you have that word?
Because I gave her a ring, proposed to her.
What does it mean? What does the ring mean? What is proposing? Like why not just not be a fiance? What does the word signify?
I mean, we weren't even really wanting to get married because we didn't really feel like we wanted the government to be involved in our relationship.
EJ, what does the ring and the word fiance signify?
That I found my best friend.
You're bad at this.
What else does it mean? There's a lot.
That I'm in love.
I have a lot of friends, and I don't get engaged to them. I have a lot of best friends.
That I'm in love. Just get to the point.
Okay. So what does that mean, though? That you're in love with her? What does it mean? Why is that special or different than another relationship?
Because we're completely each other. We think the same thing at the same time. I'm telling you, I found
No, you
my
don't.
best friend.
No, you don't. Nobody thinks the same thing at the same
Oh,
time.
I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling
No,
you,
you
it
don't.
happens like
No, you
25
don't.
times a day.
No, you don't. No, you
Perhaps
don't.
you're thinking of a soulmate, but that's not so much what a ring signifies. If you think of the same thing at the same time, and you think they're really your best friend, maybe the ring signifies partnership for life.
Yeah.
Did she think at the same time as you that she wanted to watch two women together? Was she thinking that at the
I
same
mean,
time as you?
obviously not at the same time. Maybe it was the same time. I don't know. She was clearly alone. Found some free time. So I get you're trying to be funny.
No, not even. Like seriously, I was just trying to see if that what you're saying is real. That's all.
EJ, why do you have boundaries in your relationship?
Boundaries? The only boundary I would have to do with substance abuse.
Well, you said you don't want
You've
them to-
communicated. You've communicated many boundaries to us here, and on one hand, on the other hand, you're telling people they shouldn't have boundaries.
What's the boundaries that I've set?
Well, you've
EJ,
said
I
that
feel like-
you've made the claim that you don't have sex with other women. That's a boundary in your relationship. It defines, in part, what it means to be engaged
It's a
to your
relationship.
fiance.
It's a relationship, like I just
So
said.
what
I'd give her a
what
high
governs
five and
that
I'd walk out and
relationship?
say, "Have a good one."
No, you
Exactly
wouldn't.
what I-
No,
Yes,
you
I
wouldn't.
would.
There's no. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna. Where do you live?
Swear
What
to
city
God.
do you live in? What city do you live in?
Huh?
What city do you live in?
City? Why?
Because I'm gonna send like Chippendales to your house and see what happens.
Get out of here.
You're not telling the truth, dude. There's no way you're telling the truth.
Dude, I've
There's
done it.
no scenario. No, you've done what? You've high-fived your girl as she's doing another dude?
No, I gave her a dozen roses and walked out.
No, you didn't.
Swear to God. Swear to God.
No, you didn't.
Swear to God. I knew it was coming though. I knew it was already set up. Her best friend done leaked the information to me, so I had time to think about it.
A lot of people in this
Your
comment
current
section
partner?
are
Huh?
saying that porn isn't cheating, and I feel like that's more of an opinion-based relationship topic. So if you both agree porn is cheating or whether it's not, then, or if you have that boundary yourself and they go behind your back, that is cheating, because therefore you've set that boundary with them and you've said to them, this is cheating in my books. And so if you go against my books, you are cheating against me. You are lying towards me. You are being unfaithful towards me. That is cheating. When
What
you
if
are
you're not
being
lying?
unfaithful and you are lying. But see, EJ, you don't have that boundary. You have the boundary where porn is okay to an extent. There is boundaries within porn where you cannot buy the porn, you cannot chat online with porn, but you can watch it, right? And so
Yeah, but-
those are the boundaries that you've set with it. And that, I think, is healthy if you both agree on it.
Well, yeah, that's a clear, legit boundary. You know what I mean? That's completely different.
I believe porn is cheating based on your own opinion in the relationship.
Wait a minute. What did you say?
There's a big difference between interacting with someone and having a relationship on some type of intimate level, like actually engaging in conversation with somebody and or interacting with them. That is a complete difference from just watching porn and getting one off and then turn back on Netflix.
Now, could I give
If
you
you're
my
watching
perspective
another
on cheating?
woman,
Can I give you my perspective? Because my perspective is you are looking at another woman or a man and you are lusting over them. You are being unfaithful because you have committed this sin of literally porn. You are just jerking off to it. Can I say that? Anyway.
You just did.
Yeah, and and I don't want to kicked out. I don't want to be kicked off. That's why.
You're not gonna get.
You are. You're fine.
Cool. Okay. But yeah, I feel like if you're fantasizing another woman, and this is my opinion, EJ, it's not yours, right? If you
Right.
are fantasizing another woman, in my books, that is cheating. I want to be the only person you admire, the only person you look at, the only person that
Mhm.
at the end of the day, you know you're coming home to me and everything will be okay because
Well,
you have me.
you
And if
sound
you're
like
not
you're in your
anyone else,
20s. Like, are you
why?
in your
She's
20s?
18,
Is your
bro. Pay
husband?
attention.
He's
No, I'm
18.
18.
He's
Get
18.
it.
Oh man, well then, look, I don't even feel comfortable talking to an 18-year-old.
Why? What does age make a difference when I have the same intelligence right now? I'm
You have
telling you
more. You
my
have more, Tay.
opinion,
You have
You have
more
and
more.
you're telling
You
emotional
me your
for sure have
opinion,
more.
and I'm not supposed to feel disrespected or uncomfortable? No, it doesn't matter about age. It matters about the topic we're on right now.
Okay.
Okay.
I just don't feel comfortable talking to someone as young as you.
If
Okay.
you're gonna
There you
get
go. There you
married,
go. There you go, EJ, with another boundary when
Okay,
you claim that the
what's the,
boundaries don't matter. You are so morally inconsistent with
dude, I just
everything.
don't feel comfortable with talking to someone that was just in high school last week.
But you'll
yeah, but
masturbate to
I'm
him. You'll
41.
masturbate to him, won't you?
No, I
Yeah.
don't. That's
Or
not my
real, speak
thing.
on it. You'll
You don't
masturbate
know
to an
his
18-year-old, but you won't
I
fucking
do
talk to
not.
one?
There's nothing attractive about 18, being
really.
18. I like a full-figured woman, grown woman.
Because 18-year-old women can have the same body. Did you know that?
Oh, well, then next
No.
tell it will. So what was your
All right.
question there?
It would bring in
Hey.
problems if you're watching porn, you're fantasizing about other women. It could just lead down
I'm
the
not
wrong path.
fantasizing. I'm being stimulated.
It
That's
could just
all.
be leading down the wrong path, and then it could
This is
be
stimulation.
All right, let me.
in
I
reality.
want to ask EJ one more question, then we're gonna kick him off. EJ, you're on my lives pretty much every night for hours, and you have been for months. I'm curious as to why.
As to why?
Yeah, why do you watch my content?
Oh man, well,
That's a good question because if he's not
Where's the
agreeing with the
dad?
stuff
Yeah,
you have to post, why is
he
he
just
speaking on it?
hold on. He you let him come back. He keeps doing this. He like drops his phone.
Oh.
My man doesn't see another good-looking woman and doesn't fantasize about it.
I feel like
You,
when you're truly in love,
you
it's
don't know
hard to
what you're
find
talking
another
about,
person
Steve.
attractive. You don't look at other
Well, look
people
for
with the
you
idea of lusting over them.
I don't
for you
think
guys in the
it's
chat.
even when
He's rarely on here. I think this is maybe the second time I've spoke to him. He's usually a keyboard warrior. So I've talked to him maybe one time before this for like 5 minutes.
so.
Well, this guy sees doesn't know what he's talking
But I
about.
wanted to say to Tay, I
what
don't
was your
think
question
it's.
again? Because I didn't even get a chance to answer
All
it.
right, EJ, here's my question is you're almost always on my lives for like hours at a time, and you have been for months. I'm curious why that is.
Well, that was like the first time you had spoke to me. I had spoken to you about me and my fiance trying to get pregnant, and so we was watching like a fair amount of porn because I'm not a machine. If she wanted me to provide as much of a possibility for us to get pregnant as possible, I wasn't going to just be turned on instantly. So watching porn was actually assisting for us to be able to like have as much sex as she wanted to have for us to get pregnant.
Wow.
I told you about that, and I handed the phone to my woman because you said you wanted to speak to her. And you
Okay.
open up by saying how much you guys enjoy watching porn all the time. And like right there, I let that slide. Like
Oh my gosh, you got to stop the smoke
problems in
noise
my own
thing.
home. You was
Yeah,
trying to make problems in my own home. You were trying to piss off my woman. And you even
Okay.
made reference to it at the end of that session that, oh, Eric's gonna
I remember talking about that. Yeah. And
Yeah,
I
but you
think I
can't
think
look
I
at your
actually
wife.
I think I actually apologized at the end of that, right? For it coming across the wrong. You keep doing that thing, EJ. Oh my gosh.
Why is he teacupping? Oh, he's getting phones or texts.
EJ, I feel
Well, you
like
just with the
you
wrong
are
person.
watching porn with your girlfriend or fiance, you want to call her, and this is an intimate thing between you two in order to get pregnant. I just want to understand how it's intimate. I want to understand. I get that it's stimulating, but I don't see how it's intimate towards one each other because in those moments, you want to be connecting with the body and the mind and just completely with each other. And that's my vision on it. Is I
Exactly.
want to be completely with my partner. I don't want anyone else to be in the photo or in the picture or in the video or in my mind. I want just my partner. And so I don't understand. Me personally, I do not understand how you can look at another woman when your woman is right in front of you.
Okay, so what are you doing every day to provide that for him? What are you
I
doing?
fuck him?
Is he getting something every day?
Yeah.
If he's around 18 years old, I'm assuming he's gonna be like not able to walk out of the house without masturbating at least twice, or he's gonna end up raping the mailman. Raping. Sorry.
I've known my husband for over 20 years, and he's still. I can't walk past him without him touching me.
That's what I dream for. And you see, I give him everything he needs every day, and I don't understand why he
But
would.
eventually that's gonna die.
I get
Hey,
it.
Austin,
Yeah.
I have a quick question. I thought about this when EJ was talking about
Yeah.
like getting pregnant and masturbating. How do you feel about, because you know how the couples that can't get pregnant and they do send the guy into a room to capture the,
Yeah.
I think they do involve porn there. What do you think about that?
Yeah, one
Well,
of my
clearly
friends
the
put it.
medical,
One of my friends.
people clearly understand that, it's just.
I wanted to see how Austin
Well, here's
felt about it.
here's how, and I've worked with couples on this. One of my friends, I'll never forget it. He said they were doing IVF or something like that, and he called me. He's like, "Hey man, I thought you'd appreciate it. I'm going to go masturbate for science." I'm like, "Okay, well that's fun." Here's what I would say. There's always other possibilities. They usually have magazines in the rooms. Here's what again, it's just a question. Could she go with you?
Yeah, they have that too.
Great.
They have,
So why not do that?
I just wanted to see how you felt about that they encourage anything, right, to make it happen.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't care what
That's
they
the point that
encourage.
I've been
'Cause
making.
it
It's
doesn't
just
matter.
about
The
getting-
world, the world
I'm
encourages
not
this,
agreeing
but
with
again, it's what's going to be
I think
most
this
beneficial to
encourage-
the relationship.
Yeah.
It's just about getting to the point. That's all it is. And porn helps
No,
you
but-
get there a whole lot
But if
faster.
you bring your wife or fiance in the room, that should be able to get you there. Otherwise,
Yeah,
then
EJ,
maybe you're
what
not
you're
with the right
missing-
person.
What I think you're missing, EJ, with a lot of that is the love component. But
Elaborate.
well, what is the most loving thing in a relationship? To masturbate to strangers or to strive to put that focus and attention on your partner only? What
Well,
would be
for
the
me,
most
it's
loving
making sure my woman-
orientation in a committed relationship?
For me, it's making sure that my woman comes home to a nice house, doesn't have to stress out about things. Dinner's already made and ready to go. She got a kiss in the morning before she went to work, or maybe even got a hug or cuddle with me before she got out of bed. That stuff is the intimacy to me. That's where all the emotion lies. Like,
Wait,
if you wanna
does
just
she
start
work? Did you say she works and you don't?
Yeah, she works.
Do you work?
No, I'm currently not working.
What do you do?
Take care of myself. I have an infant.
You have what?
I have an infant. I was actually off for a year because I had my
Oh, you're
ACL.
watching your kid?
I'm sorry?
You're watching your child?
Well, she's in her bed right now.
No. I mean, that's what you do. Like you're kind of like taking care of the family.
And how did she get pregnant with
Well,
you
it's
watching
been for the
porn?
last 2 years because we actually lost the baby last year, or
Oh, I'm sorry.
the end of the year before. At 37 weeks, she ended up being stillborn.
That's horrible.
So-
Sorry.
She was so determined on getting pregnant again that we ended up getting pregnant again, and then thank God she came, and she was 7 weeks premature, but we got through it. We spent a month at the hospital, and now
How did she get pregnant? Were you watching other women or were you just with her?
when she had the fever to have sex 5 times a day, I can't do that. I'm just not that person anymore. I used to be a teenager once, but
No, I get it. It's different as you get older. I get that.
Yeah, that's true.
so
What-
it
what's
helped
your-
us conceive our family. So that's why I'm not even saying anything bad about it, just because it was used responsibly, so to speak.
Like this guy that wrote this comment, sees Charlie, if you think your man doesn't see another good looking woman and doesn't fantasize about it. I see good looking men. I don't fantasize about them having sex with them. So I don't agree with that comment.
I do.
No, it's not all men. Like, he'll tell me, like, if someone gives you like more napkins, if they work at a deli, the girl and the guy automatically thinks like the girl wants to fuck them. You know, like people can't be nice, they think they automatically just want to fuck them. When
Ugh,
you could just be a nice person.
yeah. You know what? I work in a deli. And that happens.
Of
Oh,
course
Yeah,
you
yeah.
my
would.
brother-in-law's like, oh, she
Yeah.
wants to fuck me. She gave me extra napkins. She gave me extra ketchup, whatever. And I'm like, they could just be being nice to you. People are like, I don't understand that. Why does everyone think that they automatically want to fuck them?
I don't get it.
Tay,
You know
Tay,
what?
can we
Fantasizing about them.
can we go back to you real quick, Tay? You were like on fire. Okay, the chat
Thank
loves
you.
you. You're great.
I
What
speak
advice
facts.
would you give to yourself in your situation?
God, if I were to give it myself some advice right now, I think that's why I came on here is to ask for your advice, but I don't know. If I
Yeah,
were to tell someone else right now who was in my exact position, I would tell them to love themselves and to prioritize themselves and to make themselves the only reliable person. Because if you're relying on everybody else or someone else specifically, you won't have yourself at the end of the day.
So how if Tay was to walk that out, loving herself, what would that look like?
I'd probably start going to the gym again. I'd probably do a face mask right now. I would write some daily devotions on the thing. I would manifest. Honestly, I would pull out my manifesting book. I'd write everything I want good about myself, and I would pray to God and be like, God, I give you my trust. I give you my problems, and I put my hands in your faith. And I take all my problems away because I'm not going to worry about it. I recently have been reaching out to God a lot more than I usually do. I'm not a huge believer, but now recently I've been like super into it. He's been the only thing pulling me through in this relationship.
You are deep, Tay. You
Thank
are
you.
deep. I wish you were my daughter.
Thank you. My mom's proud.
Yeah, I bet she is.
So Tay,
Aw, chat, you're so kind.
that all sounds like it would be great for you, and I love that because you're focusing on yourself and what you can do for you, not whether
I
or
don't
not
know.
he's going to stop watching porn or not.
Right. But
And
like, here's another thing is I don't know whether to give him this last fucking chance and be like, here's your last chance. I'm here to help you. I give you like we're all made in the picture of Christ, right? We're all God's son or daughter. We're all his children. And so we are to be forgiving and loving and patient. That is what love is to me known as. And that's what I am. And I feel like I take it a little too far with the forgiving part, but I still want to give him one last chance and be like, I really love you. Let me give you this last chance. And if things don't work out and you still don't reach out for the help that I'm offering you, I have to walk away.
So you sound like you're a believer. Obviously, read this book, Tay. I would suggest
Okay,
you
I'll
read this
think
book.
about
It
Thank you.
comes from a Christian perspective. How sexual brokenness reveals our way to healing. This book will blow your mind.
Okay.
All right.
I'll have to get it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think you'd really open up a lot for you. But I love the awareness you have, Tay. And I think you know the answers, right? You came on here, you wanted advice. I don't give advice. I try not to, at least. I just ask questions.
Yeah.
Can
But
I tell
you've
Tay
answered, I
something?
think, all the questions that you have,
Yeah.
Tay.
Can I ask Tay something?
Of course.
I just wanted to say when you were talking earlier, we were talking to EJ, and you said, I hope I can articulate this. You're so much better at articulating than me, and you're so much younger. But I wanted to say, I heard you say, no, if you love your woman, you will never look at another woman. And I think that sounds so, it's more about the emotional intelligence, it's in my opinion. It's not about love, ooh, gooey, ooey, I'm so in love. That is not what's going to drive you to make the right decision. It's your
Right? Love is a
emotional intelligence.
choice. Love does not
Right,
happen. It's a
right.
choice.
And without some type of emotional intelligence, you're not going to, your choices for love are going to be skewed. And that's what I was just saying, because the way you said it, it seemed like you were like, if you're in love, you would do anything. Well, it's harder than that, and it's deeper than that, and it's more about that choice you're talking about rather than the, ooh, I'm in love.
Right? Yeah. I feel like
Yeah.
everything is your choices because you, at the end of the day, have all the accountability for your own actions. You make the decision on everything that you fucking do and say.
Yeah. Tay for president.
Tay for president.
We got
Come
to
on,
wait 17 years though.
get into politics.
Yeah.
All right, guys. People are asking about Unwanted. Unwanted is a book about healing through sexual brokenness. Okay, it does come from a Christian faith-based perspective. I don't care what your faith orientation is. I recommend this book to everybody, and everybody loves it except one person. He didn't like it very much, but he had a lot of religious trauma. It's a great book to really just discuss what's
Who's
going
the
on with
author?
sex. Jay
I didn't
Stringer,
see.
Unwanted
Okay.
by Jay Stringer. It does bring up a lot. Everybody has a sexual story, whether you want to admit it or not. And there's emotion involved in it, EJ. I would say. You don't have to agree with that. But, it's a great book.
Hey,
It's
Austin,
linked
you
on the
can
resources
drop me.
page in my bio. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go to bed here soon.
Okay. Thanks
Hey,
for having me.
great being with you all tonight. Yeah, I'm gonna kick all you guys off.
Thanks for the conversation.
Thank you
EJ.
for letting me join, though. I really appreciate this.
Yeah, thanks for sharing, Tay.
Have a great night.
You too. By the way, I'm a coach. I do one-on-one coaching as well as group coaching, both for men dealing with porn or sex addiction and men. Wait, what did I say? Both for men dealing with porn or sex addiction and women dealing with betrayal trauma. I have groups that meet on either Tuesday nights or Wednesday afternoons, depending on which group. It's $99 a month, and it's a 1 hour and 15-minute weekly Zoom call. It's a great place to heal in community because healing doesn't occur until it's witnessed empathetically. I do one-on-one as well, both with men and women and couples. You can get info on that and link in my bio. And you can schedule a 30-minute discovery call if you'd like. It's $50 just to talk about your situation and if we might be a fit. And if so, great. If not, that's fine too. Come on to TikTok. Yeah, I actually have a lot of clients in Australia. Give me a follow if you guys don't follow me already. Up there somewhere. If you like my content. If you don't like my content, that's fine. Give me a follow anyways, and you can come back and argue with the people in my comments sometime. It's fun, isn't it? What made me choose this field? Well, I watched a lot of porn. I also cheated on my wife. And I thought that there was something wrong with me. However, what I realized is that there's a bigger story there. There's trauma that I experienced in my life that I was unaware of. And when I unpacked my whole story, my sexual story, how my sexual brokenness revealed my way to healing, I realized, oh my gosh, it's not just that I'm a pervert. Oh my gosh, maybe there's something else there. Maybe there's a longer need. Maybe there's a deeper emotional longing that I'm trying to satisfy with pornography. Fake love. Remember, every man who knocks on the door of a brothel or every man who seeks out pornography is actually searching for love. So there's always a story. We talked about that tonight on the women's group and the men's group. The women's group. There's always a story. Whatever the type of pornography is that you watched or he watched, there's a reason. There's a reason. There is a reason. So that's why I do this, because I know how lonely it is. Anyways, great being with y'all. Make it a great day or not. The choice is always yours. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.